America is well known for being the melting pot of the world. Many races including white, black, Asian, Mexican, and many others have flocked over to the States in hopes of achieving the ultimate goals in life: love, health, and prosperity. However, that is not always the case when it comes to some individuals. In this day and age, it is becoming more and more difficult to get a job, allowing people to achieve those goals. With technology advancing and businesses going along with those advances, the requirements are getting much more obscene, therefore making it difficult to meet a job's requirements. With a diversity of people in the United States ranging from people with low IQs and mental disabilities all the way up to physical attributes such as disabilities and diverse ethnic backgrounds, as well as gender and sexual orientation attributes, it has become more difficult to obtain a job anywhere that pays well enough. Jobs are decreasing. The government seems to not be doing much about that to aid in the drop in employment in the U.S. As you notice, it seems more and more that the U.S. government has no problem in taking care of its employees and the people who are in the military. But what about the average U.S. citizen? In a report from CNN News, dated March 2009, CNN stated that the U.S. military has had no problem filling the ranks of militant registrants, but jobs in general have been cut back majorly. Here is an excerpt from the news article. The military acknowledged that weakness in the U.S. economy, which lost 2.6 million jobs in 2008 and another 598,000 in January, has made the armed services more appealing to potential recruits. The military isn't necessarily the only hoax for the jobless. President Obama intends to create or save up to 4 million jobs through his stimulus package of more than $800 billion. And some areas, namely healthcare and education, are currently hiring. But the dismal civilian job market is not expected to improve anytime soon. The Conference Board estimates that the economy could lose 2 million jobs this year. The military is confident that it will continue to meet its recruitment goals. The question that we have to keep in mind is, does this help this current situation? The answer is yes and no. Granted, the military guarantees payment to those who enlist in the military, but not everyone can enlist. And all that enlisting does is really cause more poverty, because then the government is causing war to carry on, which means the military needs more funding, and more funding means more taxes, and less money going to the citizens of the United States. According to the U.S. Census Bureau's website, there are currently around 309,771,500 people living in the United States. Wikipedia states that poverty in the United States is cyclical in nature, with roughly 13 to 17% living below the federal poverty line at any given point in time, and roughly 40% falling below the poverty line at some point within a 10 years time span. And most Americans, 58.5%, will spend at least 1 year below the poverty line at some point between ages 25 and 75. So what do we do with the current situation? Well, so far the government says they are working on dealing with the problem, but I don't see how that is possible when they have their focus set on one thing: one world order. That just sounds like they are turning a blind eye on us poor people and forcing us to join the military, because once you join the military, you are the property of the United States military for life. Sounds like another form of control to me. JFK once said, "Ask not what you can do for your country, but what your country can do for you." I say, what can you do for you if your country won't do anything for you?